Cadillac's hit music station, 107.9 CDY. It's the Get Up and Go morning show, and we are coming up on a very special few days for several students at Cadillac High School because it's Rock of Ages time. And we're going to start, actually, with the director, Jennifer, co-director, Jennifer Neff. Jennifer, good morning, and tell me about putting up, spin that right towards your mouth, if you would, and tell me a little bit about this cast and about this show.
Morning. We're excited to be putting this production on at Cadillac Area Public Schools. Opening night is Thursday, December 1st, and this cast has been amazing. This is a show about a small town girl who goes to Hollywood to live out her dreams and meets a big city boy, and it's an epic love story told through 80s hair band rock music.
How did you come to agree that this is the production you wanted to do?
The kids seem to like the more modern musicals, and we really wanted to do something along those lines. So we looked at a lot of different options, and the directors, myself, Melissa Kendall, we really loved the music, and that's why we picked it.
So obviously 80s era music is in my wheelhouse and is in your wheelhouse,
of course.
But for a lot of even the parents of these kids, I'm thinking we've kind of moved into the 90s now. So explain the aura of 80s music, if you would, and I'll ask the others that question too.
This is epic hair band. It's Poison, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses. It's big hair, acid wash jeans, leather coats, Sunset Strip, Hollywood.
Are we using a lot of hairspray cast in this particular show?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of nods here right now. Okay, Jennifer, who should I start with?
You can start with our leading lady, Anna Elmore.
Anna Elmore, tell me about your role.
Yeah, so I play the, quote, small town girl. Her name is Sherry Christian, and her big dream is to move out to Hollywood and be an actress. And she has kind of a rough start. Her parents don't want her leaving. She gets mugged the moment she gets to L.A., where she meets Drew. And it's kind of a love story between them. Of course, we've got some conflict when she meets big rock star Stacey Jacks. But, of course, it all works out in the end.
Okay. Next, who should I talk to next, Jennifer?
Liam Chilcote plays our leading man, Drew Boley.
Tell me about your role.
So, yeah, I played Drew Boley, and obviously, as you've heard, it's a love story with Drew and Sherry, and it just seems like nothing's going right for Drew for most of it, and he's just a wannabe rock star, and can't seem to make it yet, but
we'll find out.
Yeah.
As the show goes along. Jennifer, next.
Jayan Raju, he has a really unique role in this show. He kind of narrates the entire show and leads the audience along on the journey. So he plays a really integral part in this cast.
As the narrator, are you on stage or off stage?
On stage.
You are on stage.
Yes.
So and it's your job to kind of keep the story moving along.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you end up with this role?
Well,
I cast him.
Yeah, I auditioned.
Fair enough. And you turned out and said, hey, I want to do this.
Yes.
So amongst the five of you, and I know there's a couple I haven't talked to yet, but amongst the five, how many of you is this your first role? Okay. The two of the five, this is your first role. Okay. So which of the two should I talk to first who have...
Caleb plays the owner of the Bourbon Room, which is the bar where Sherry and Drew both work and where the epic rock shows take place. It's kind of a play on the Whiskey A Go-Go from the Sunset Strip.
So tell me about your role, and I have to... you probably are having a great time doing this.
Yeah, so this is my first production, but I'm playing Dennis Dupree, and he's the bar owner. So he's the oldest of everyone there. He's a lot older than everybody else. He sort of comes from the 60s and 70s era, but he's still, into the rock thing. So he runs his bar, runs shows and stuff, but he kind of has to deal with the drama of the kids. Drew and Sherry both work for him at the bar, and he gets to sit back and watch all the drama unfold, I guess.
So you're playing the older person in
Yes.
the cast. Okay. And Sydney Busher. So tell me a little bit about your role.
Well, I play Justice Charlier. She's the owner of the Venus A Go-Go Dance Club, and she is mother to lots of lost souls on the Sunset Boulevard. She kind of is that nurturing character that mainly nurtures Sherry, and that's who she interacts with most of the time.
So, Jennifer, I'll go back to you on this question. So, this production, when people go, what can we expect to see?
A lot of music, a lot of hair.
Are the originals, not the original songs, but like the original lyrics used in this?
Yes and no. It's really interesting how this story is written. It really goes from dialogue into a song, into more dialogue, into another song. There's a lot of mashup of songs where it's two hits kind of combined together. Most of the lyrics are pretty true to the originals, but it's definitely chunks of those songs versus entire songs.
So, among the cast, who is in their first musical? Anna and Caleb and
I was in ensemble for a High School Musical as a cheerleader, but this is my first time I've actually had to like memorize lines and all that stuff.
Okay, so Anna, I'll ask you the question. Differences between doing drama and doing a musical?
Well, I don't know. So
More challenging, less challenging, more fun, less fun? Tell me.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with more fun. I love music, and so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot easier to memorize your lines when half of them are song lyrics, which is amazing.
That is true. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, and so I'm very new to theater in general. So the only production I was in prior to this was Puffs this summer, and so I mean I'm just having a great time in general. It's a lot of fun, but I'd say it's easier just because you get all the help from song lyrics.
All right, Caleb, you raised your hand, so tell me a little bit about drama versus musical.
Let me think about it for a second.
Music is part of your life because you're a part of the band.
Yeah, so I was very drawn to the musical idea just because I enjoy music a lot, and it definitely it's particular to this show too, but it really helps tell the story in a really interesting way, and I love singing, so I get to do plenty of that. That being said, a personal challenge is my voice type is bass, and everything that's in the musical theater world is really high, so it's a challenge.
So
but
yeah, well,
it's fun.
so tell me about that challenge. Obviously, with that voice very low. So how does that work?
Well, part of it's just strengthening that part of your range. You just sing up there a lot, and you get used to it. It hurts a little bit. It gets your voice tired, but at the end of the day, it gets easier every rehearsal. So,
speaking of which, when did rehearsals, Jennifer, start for this?
Auditions were right after school got started, and rehearsal started right away in September. So we've been rehearsing every day after school, Monday through Thursday since school started.
So you've got about 2.5 months into this. Mm-hmm. And how many shows?
4.
4 shows. So that's a lot of work for all the shows just kind of shoved into a very short period of time. Can you give me the dates again one more time?
Thursday, December 1st at 7 p.m., Friday, December 2nd at 7 p.m., and then Saturday, December 3rd, we have a matinee at 2, and then our closing evening performance at 7 p.m.
Can you speak to the level of talent that our kids in this community have?
I'm glad you asked that. I've been fortunate enough to be involved in a lot of productions specifically with the young people in our community, and this cast is unparalleled in the talent that they brought to the table. They're absolutely incredible. They've been dedicated, and their teamwork, and again, their talent is just unmatched.
So I'm going to give every cast member a chance to say a sentence or two as to why people need to come and see this. Sydney, I will start with you. Why should people come and see you and your castmates in this?
It's fun. The whole thing is just a lot of fun to watch and to be in. You can dance along, sing along. Everybody knows these songs. If you don't, you've been living under a rock. But
Go ahead.
Similar to what Cindy said, I really love the music, and also the comedy in this show is really funny. I have multiple moments where I'm trying not to laugh on stage because of my scene partners who are very funny. So I think the comedic element is really good in the show.
Is that a big challenge to not laugh when things are happening on stage?
Yes.
Yeah. Caleb?
Not pertaining to the show, but this is the last performance or a drama performance that's going to happen in the auditorium in Cadillac before it gets remodeled. So
As we have known it for years.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So is that kind of a room that you've hung out in for many, many years? There's a little sentimental value to that,
yeah,
maybe
for
a
sure.
little bit, Jennifer? Yeah, you're nodding your head.
Absolutely. And it kind of fits the theme. It's time for a renovation, so we're excited for that and what we will be able to do in the new space. But it is a little nod to the auditorium that served us well over all these years.
Anna, why should people come and see you and your fellow castmates?
This show is unlike any other musical that you've seen. It's not your typical cheesy smiles. It's rock and roll, and it's fun.
And rock and roll, by its nature, is supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah.
Liam?
Well, I've been a part of both Drama Club and Footlighters for a few years now. I've been in a few productions, and with this one, I think you get the most insight of how much fun that we all have and what the club is like. The club and Footlighters is all about, really.
Ticket information, Jennifer.
Tickets are on sale now at Horizon Books in Cadillac. They're $10 for adults and $5 for students, and then tickets will also be available on show nights at the door.
For a little more, the same price?
Same price.
Okay, very good. Give us the dates one more time.
Thursday, December 1st, 7 p.m., Friday, December 2nd, 7 p.m., and Saturday, December 3rd at 2 and 7 p.m.
Come and see the curtain fall, not only on this show, but on the auditorium itself as we know it. Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go see this show. This is Cadillac's hit music station, 107.9 CDY.